channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla Marie and I make topic videos, spirituality videos, or whatever you want to call it. And y'all, today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about love, okay? We're going to be talking about lessons that I learned in love so that you do not have to learn them yourself, okay? Unless you want to. You can. Be my guest. Sometimes you just got to learn the hard way. But I'm going to share with you guys some things that I have learned in my romantic relationships as it pertains to love. And this can honestly be applied to platonic relationships as well, because love is present everywhere we go. You know, if that's what you believe, I believe that. So yes, this is some things I've learned about love. First off, I want to give some good book recommendations. Of course, I have to give you guys some book recommendations as to why I kind of have the perspective that I have. Of course, I get a lot of my perspective from my experiences, but a big portion of, you know, my perspective comes from what I read. So, a big one that kind of changed a lot for me, like my perspective on love, is All About Love by Bell Hooks. Okay, number one. Number two, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. I think that's the name of it. It's, yeah, Mastery of Love or The Mastery of Love, one of those. Those two books alone, like, changed a lot for me. And of course, I always have to put out there my favorite book ever, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. She touches on love and her philosophy on romantic relationships as well. And I love Louise, so if you haven't read those books, I would definitely recommend. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I can't think of any other ones right now. So those are the first three book recommendations I'll give you. And that kind of plays a big part into why I think the way that I do when it comes to romance and relationships and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So I have my little notes right here. I got my little MacBook. So we're going to be reading my notes. Also, happy MLK Day. If you're watching this on MLK Day, it's today's MLK Day. So, yeah. But anyway. So, I want to give a little bit of insight on, again, like my philosophies. I believe that romantic relationships are they're very profound experiences that we can use to dig deeper within ourselves. Okay, that's like my number one philosophy. I think relationships are a good tool to use for self mastery, for growth, for overall just expanding your consciousness. If you look at romantic relationships in that way, you get more out of it versus just the heartbreak or, you know, loss or feeling like you won't find somebody that is long term, all that other stuff that comes with it. And that plays a good part in your romantic relationships. But that's, like, to me, what I kind of take away from all of my relationships and the mindset that I have going into them. Okay. So I also am a firm believer that the people that we meet and experience are in alignment with what it is that we, let me see. I said the people that we meet and are in alignment with our capacity to truly be open to give ourselves what it is that we seek in our romantic partnerships. Okay, that's a mouthful. But yes, y'all. So I feel as though the people that we meet and the things that we experience are always in alignment with our own capacity to give to ourselves what it is that we're seeking in our relationships. And that goes for everything, honestly. That goes for our relationships, that goes for our jobs, our friendships, all of that. It can go for all of that, because I think as human beings, we don't know everything. We don't have the answers to everything. So we naturally, sometimes we feel like we have to get certain things outside of us. But in reality, it's all from within. Your ability to get on here and speak your heart and mind regardless of your counters. Aww. Aww. Yes, start the channel. I love that. Thank you so much. First of all, to John Wick, you are always here, and I love that. I really love that for you, because I love that. I love the support and the love. I love. So thank you for the love. I appreciate you. So, yes, y'all, that's like my two main philosophies when it comes to love. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the lessons, okay? And this is in no sequential order. This is in no, like, this is what you need to do first and this is better than this. No, these are just things that I've learned, and it's not in a particular order. Hi, Mom. Okay, so first one, even though I said it's not in order, this is like a big one that I had to learn, y'all. Okay, so if you are attracting the same type of person, and a lot of people know this, but I had to learn this the hard way. If you're attracting the same type of person over and over and over again, there is something that needs to be done differently. And I believe that your shadow side, your shadow self, or God, either one, either or, could be showing you what it is that you have to heal within yourself. Because, like I said before, I'm a firm believer that whatever we experience romantically in our partnerships, or just honestly in our life in general, whatever we are experiencing, I really believe that it has something to do with what it is that we have inside going on internally, what we believe to be true for ourselves, what we practice on a day-to-day basis, things like that. So I feel like if you are constantly running into people that have the same traits, y'all, okay, I'm gonna be quite honest, even though that's not for you to take the blame for anybody else's actions, if you notice that you have a pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable, avoidant people, you have a tendency to attract cheaters, you have a tendency to attract people that just, I don't know, who knows? I don't know. Whatever you have experienced over and over and over again, it does take some time. You should always take some time to step back and understand and kind of analyze, like, okay, what is this showing me? It doesn't mean it's not to say, oh, like what they did to me is my fault and like I'm the blame for this, so I should. No, it's just to say, like, what is this showing me about myself? What do I believe to be true about relationships, about love? Do I believe in love? Do I believe in true relationships and partnership? Do I believe that I'll find a loyal partner? Do I believe I'll find a partner that is emotionally available or can actually cater to my needs? Those are things that have to be understood and sorted through, because if not, you're going to keep attracting the same person over and over. And you could also just have to do something differently about maybe the way you go about dating. If you're always finding people, maybe you're always finding people online, maybe it's time to go out in the real world and just mingle, or go to more events, be more social. Or maybe you're always meeting somebody in the wrong places out and about. Maybe you got to get onto the app. Who knows? Everybody's love stories are different, so maybe you got to do something different. But I just feel like if you're attracting the same person over and over, you gotta take some time to look within. And y'all, I'm coming from experience. I had to take my time to really look within and understand, okay, what is it? Because y'all, if you watched last week's video, I talked a little bit about my relationships, and that's why I really wanted to make this video, because I have a lot of experience, y'all. I've been in a few relationships and I've experienced a few different things, and I've also experienced a lot of the same things. So I had to really take some time to understand, and I'm still taking my time to understand, what it is that I'm being shown and about myself, what it is that I believe to be true. And so, y'all, I'm in this with you, okay? It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to blame yourself for. It's just life. You have to learn. And like I said, I'm learning these things so y'all don't have to. So just take it at face value, what I'm telling you. Promise you, you won't fail after that, okay? Next thing, if you find yourself seeing red flags and you proceed in this dynamic, the relationship, whatever the case, but you see that this person is not fully in alignment with what you want, you feel like, they're doing some things that are a little bit shady, you like, I don't know about that. You might just have a hard time with trust and surrendering. So this could be trust of yourself, trust of God if you believe in God, a higher power, or it could be trust in divine timing. If you are seeing that somebody is a little bit off, or you're choosing to like ignore red flags, it might just be that you don't have a firm foundation when it comes to trust. because what you're saying is when you proceed in this, you see something that's wrong, okay, and you proceed and you're like, I'm gonna see just in case. You're kind of saying that, I don't trust that I'm able to identify these things in this person that is not right for me. Or I don't trust that God is going to replace this situation with something that is right for me or is more in alignment with what I'm looking for. It's a trust thing. It's not even about like, oh, I'm stupid and that's why I'm ignoring red flags. Like, oh, I mean, it could be maybe you have like abandonment wounds, something like that. It could be that as well, but I really feel like it just comes down to trust. At least for me, I realized that sometimes, like the times in the past that I had not listened to myself, not listened to my intuition, proceeded anyway, it was more so I didn't trust that in divine time I would have aligned with somebody that was more what I'm looking for, or I didn't trust that I was actually seeing what I was seeing, which is kind of a betrayal to myself because, I'm very intuitive, I'm very smart, and I would believe that same thing for you guys, Don't second guess yourself. Don't feel like God doesn't have something better for you or the universe or whatever you believe, or if you don't believe in anything, don't feel like there's nothing, what you're looking for isn't there. Let me just say that. Don't feel like that because this world and this universe is so vast and so huge. In my opinion, okay, a lot of people might not feel this way, but I do feel like everybody can find at least one person or experience true love at least once in their life because there's so many people on this planet. I don't believe that you won't be able to find at least one person that you can actually connect with on a deeper level and actually experience that true love that is, pours into you, that makes you better as a person, that adds to you, not takes away. I really believe that everybody has the opportunity to, align with that. But it's just a matter of you got to trust yourself, you got to trust God, and you got to trust that it exists and that you will meet that, okay? You will get there, okay? So yeah, don't proceed. If you see the red flag, just be like, my mom, I don't know if she's still watching this, but my mom, she is the GOAT when it comes to dating. She is quick to say good luck in your search, okay? And I recommend as soon as you see a red flag, okay, good luck in your search, okay? It's okay. Okay, it's no hard feelings. You don't gotta be mad. You don't gotta be, nasty to the person. Just good luck in your search. This is not what I'm looking for, but good luck in your search. Okay, I'm gonna be going with my search. Okay, Cleo. Cleo's trying to excuse me, ma'am. She's trying to knock y'all over. Okay, so next, y'all. So that was number 2. So number 3, get clear about what you want in a partner and why. Okay, so I also have here, is it coming from a place of lack? So is it coming from a place of like, oh, I've never experienced this, so I want this in my next partner, okay? Or is it coming from abundance, which is you're aware that this is what you want because it's already present in your current reality. So maybe you want somebody that is a reader. I don't know. You want somebody that reads. Do you read? And do you want somebody that reads so they can teach you more? Whatever. Why do you want that trait in somebody? Or why do you want a person that is like that, Is it something that exists in your reality already? Or even if it's something as simple as I want somebody that will make me happy or will bring me more joy. Is that something that exists in your reality? Are you happy at this current time? Because I'm going to tell y'all this, and I've experienced this firsthand. When you are dating and you're meeting new people, you are setting your intention for what you want in your next partner. Because y'all, one thing about me, I'm going to write a list, okay? If you haven't gotten into that, get into it. Because every time, it never fails. But here's what I'm going to say again. When you're dating, you're getting to know new people, you are, on the market, you mingling, whatever. When you're coming from a place of lack, you're almost always going to be a little bit more desperate. And even if somebody can't tell immediately that you're desperate or that you are in a state of lack, it's an energetic thing. So if you're in a state of lack and you're feeling like, oh, I want this person so they can make me happy. I want this person because, I don't have this in my reality. I want this person for love, whatever the case is. The reasons that you want that person, they might come and they might bring it to you, but as soon as they're gone, they're going to leave you the same way that you were before they left. So you're going to feel, and you might even feel even more depleted or more in lack, because that, relationships take a lot of work. It's a lot of energy that you put into somebody, that you invest into something. So when you are already in a state of I don't have, or I'm waiting for somebody to, when they leave, it's not good. It's not good. Okay? And I just would really encourage you to, and it's hard. I'm not going to say that it's just the easiest thing ever. When you're single, it can get lonely. You have to face yourself. You have to face the darkest parts of your being, things that you've gone through. You have to unpack a lot of things. You have to learn to, build a new routine, especially if you've lived with somebody, or especially if you've been with somebody long term. You have to build your life up in a different way. You have to reevaluate your future goals, because maybe you had goals with the person. It's a lot that goes into it, and I'm not trying to discount, single life. I'm single right now, y'all, okay? I get it. I understand. But one thing that has changed my experience, and that I've been realizing, again, things that I've been learning and just understanding through what I've gone through, to have what you are already, or at least to shift your perspective in a way to believe that you have what it is that you are seeking. That's what's going to bring it naturally. That's what's going to attract it naturally. We hear it all the time. I don't know if you've heard, I've talked about an abundance mindset in my previous videos, and a lot of people have spoken on it, to already, have gratitude for where you are, to already feel like I have enough, to already feel like, my life is good just the way it is. I'm okay on my own. I have everything that I need in this present moment. You're going to attract more goodness. You're going to attract more things to be grateful for. You're going to attract more love. If you feel like I'm loved right now, I love my family, I love my friends, I love myself, you're going to easily attract individuals that will naturally love you, that will naturally just want to do for you because you do for yourself. Versus if you feel like, like when are they gonna come? Like, I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of this. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I don't want to do this. You're gonna attract people that kind of, a lot of the times you're gonna attract leeches. I'm not even gonna lie. It's weird how that works, but a lot of the times you're only gonna attract, like attracts like, in my opinion. So a lot of times if you're feeling very low when you're single, you feel very, lonely. You feel like you want the time to go by faster because you can't stand being by yourself. You're going to attract to somebody that's just like that has a hard time being alone, that has a hard time giving to themselves. So that, therefore, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask, they're going to take, and you're going to be left, again, like I said before, with nothing. You're going to be left back in that same space of lack. So get clear of what you want in a partner, okay? Not only get clear of what you want, but understand your why. Why do I want this type of partner? Why do I feel the need to, why do I feel like this is necessary? And I'm not just trying to say, also, let me get this out of the way. I'm also not trying to say that you should change your standards by any means, because one thing about me, standards are, they're past the frame. Okay, guys, they're going to heaven. I'm not even gonna lie. They're very high, okay? But I feel like that's necessary for me, because I treat myself with the utmost respect, the utmost love, the utmost care, kindness, compassion. Therefore, if somebody comes into my space, not this little dust. If somebody comes into my space, they have to either be matching that energy or doing more, because I'm already as I am on my own, I'm already set. I'm abundant on my own. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with who I am. Okay, I am in my, little corner doing me, living my life. Excuse me. I don't feel like I need anything from anyone. So I feel like that comes with time and, again, learning a lot. And I don't always feel that way either. Y'all know this. We talk about this all the time on my channel. If you've watched my other videos, I'm, not perfect, but it takes practice to be able to say, oh, I'm grateful for this, even if you're not feeling that way. Or, you know what, even though I might be a little lonely, I'm going to go take myself on a date, even though I feel like whatever. Just doing things to raise your vibration, to lift your spirits, to make yourself feel good. So that way, when somebody comes along, they are only adding to you. They're not taking away anything. They don't even have the ability to take anything away from you, because you will easily, when you are already in that mindset of, I'm doing for myself, I'm happy, I love myself, I'm having a good old grand old little time alone. If somebody comes over to you on BS, you're not even going to tolerate that, because you by yourself is peace. You by yourself is love. You by yourself is nurturing. You by yourself is abundant, period. So when somebody comes along, you're going to be able to easily identify, that's not really what I'm looking for, but good luck in your search, okay? I'm not really here for that habit that you got. I'm not here for that action. I'm not here for that. Good luck in your search. It's not even going to be nothing. It's not, that's just what it is, okay? So yes, get clear of what you want and understand your why, because yes, we are not trying to attract lack. We are not trying to attract things that we don't want. We are trying to attract more of what we want. We are attracting, keyword attract, okay? We're not chasing, we're not fiending, nothing, none of that. We're not weak in knees, none of that, okay? We are attracting. We are sitting in our power. We're sitting on our throne, okay? If you a king or a queen, it doesn't matter. Sit on your throne, do you, pour into yourself, okay? Make sure you're good, you're straight, and let people naturally come to you, okay? Present themselves to you. See if that's what you want, if that's what you're here for. If not, good luck in your search, period, okay? So the next one I have on here, y'all, we already at 22 minutes. I was not trying to make this a long video, but here we are. So the next one I have is rebounds are counterproductive, because while it feels good in the moment, it is taking time and space away that you need for yourself to refill your cup, or to truly reflect and gain the wisdom from your last relationship. Okay, I'm gonna read that again. Rebounds are counterproductive because while it might feel good in the moment, it might satisfy you in the moment, it might feed your ego, whatever it's doing for you, giving you extra validation, whatever, it is taking away time and space, your sacred time and space that you need for yourself to refill your cup and to truly reflect and gain the wisdom from the last experience, okay? And when y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I said, I've already spoken on this. I have gone from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and it was not always intentional. Now, when I was maybe 15, 16, there were times where somebody would present themselves to me, and I would be like, "Oh yes, okay, yes, I whatever," because I did have that's. I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what being alone would bring. I was scared. So whenever the opportunity did present itself, I was getting in, okay? But, the last couple ones, it was kind of like it naturally happened that way. But either way, I have some experience in rebounding, okay? And I will tell you that I don't regret anything, period, okay? I don't. I think everything happens for a reason. And that's why I'm here telling y'all a game and giving y'all what I've learned, okay? But I will say that now in this season of my life that I'm single, I love myself so much, and I value my time and my space so much that I could not. And I won't say that it's wrong to just start talking or dating to people. It all depends on the relationship. It depends on the space that you were in, the mind frame you were in. It depends on how things ended. It depends on how things went during the relationship, how long it was. All of that is dependent. It depends. But I will say that right now, the space that I'm in, and honestly, the space that I'm normally in when I first get out of relationships, I'm not freshly out of a relationship. I've been single for going on 5 months, so it's not fresh, but it's not, I guess it's not years and years ago, you know what I mean? So, you know. But I will say that I enjoy, even when I don't enjoy it, I can appreciate the time that I've had to really understand me and to really overall just have a greater understanding of what I've been through, how far I've come. And I feel like I cannot always do that when I am, because like I said, relationships take energy, they take investment, they take time, they take emotional uh, space. You have to hold space for somebody emotionally. You have to cater to somebody's needs emotionally. All those things. All of that takes away. That can take away from what you can give to yourself, like I said. So I just really appreciate this space that I'm in, because there is gonna come a day where, I personally want to get married and have kids and have a family. There's gonna come a day where that happens because I want it to. And there's also gonna come a day where there's no peace and quiet. There's gonna come a day where I cannot get up and go to take myself shopping, or I can't go take myself to do a self-care day because I don't know, little me has to go to ballet practice, or I don't know, art class. I don't know. Y'all, my kids is gonna be so. I'm just assuming. I don't know. There's gonna come a time where, like, I'm not just cooking for me. I'm not just taking care of me. I'm taking care of my husband or my kids, or I have family that. There's just always. I'm never going to have this space again in my life, okay? Especially with the goals that I have for my personal life, my family, and whatever. So I really like to take this time. I like to be able to be present in what it is that I am experiencing, because I won't experience it ever again. I will never be 20 again. I will never be in a space where I can just go and pamper myself. I don't want to say never, because obviously once the kids leave the house, and obviously, like, there's going to be times where I can still take care of myself. I'm not going to say just because you're a mom or a wife, you can't take care of yourself. No. But I'm just saying, everybody knows that to be this age is just truly a gift. To be young in general, to just relish in your youth, is a gift. Not everybody has the gift of doing that. There's a lot of people that go at early ages that didn't get to experience the full, if we get deep, they didn't get to experience the full life cycle. So to be in this space and to be here and to be alive is a blessing within itself. And so I don't want to, as much as I possibly can, like I said, I try to do everything in my power to stay in a high vibration, to look at the brighter side, to look at the bigger picture. Because like I said, I know I'm gonna be somebody's wife one day. Okay, I know I'm gonna have little munchkins run around one day. So I like to just sit in my peace and quiet. I like to go get my little shopping in. I like to get my prayer in, my quiet time, my reading in, my gym time. I get to go to the gym every single day. No distractions, like nothing. And I get to just truly do whatever I want to do. I get to pour into myself however I want to. Like, I can travel. I can just do whatever I want to do. I can do whatever. And it's beautiful. So, yes. If you got a rebound and you already talking to somebody new, it's like, you got to include them in that. You got to talk to them and stuff. Like, not trying to say there's anything wrong. Like I said, it depends on where you're at. And if you actually meet somebody that's genuine and y'all have a connection, that's different. But, I mean, nothing tops being with you, okay? Spending time with yourself. I'm just saying, because I know y'all are probably really cool. Like, whoever's watching this, like, I'm sure you're a really cool person. So, like, love yourself, spend time with you, get to know you more, understand your little quirks and kinks and all that's good stuff, okay? And ignore all the girls and the boys. Like, you are that. You're that, okay? You're the only thing that you need at this point, okay? But obviously, when you're ready, we love love over here. We encourage love. We encourage connection. So I'm not saying like F that forever, but I'm just saying take a little bit of time, just a little bit, however long you feel like you need, and it's like, you know, whatever, if you have the option. So yeah, but next y'all, okay. I'm trying to get through this a little bit quick because it's at 30 minutes already. Like, I love talking to y'all. Anyway, so the next one I have is you can be happy and fulfilled on your own. Okay, and it is best if you learn how to give back to yourself and love yourself unconditionally before entering into a partnership. You are your first lover, your first friend, and your refuge. You are your own lover, friend, and refuge. You are your own person. You are your own safe space. Okay? Before you are anybody else's. So, and we already talked about this a little bit earlier. This way, when you have this, you know, you feel like, okay, I'm my own friend, I'm my own partner, I'm my own lover first. I am my own safe space. I am my own peace, okay? Not looking for peace in nobody else. I am my own peace. I am my peace. I'm not his peace. I'm my peace. Then we can talk about being somebody else's peace later, but I'm my peace first, okay? This way, if someone comes along and it isn't a good fit, there will be no hard feelings and you will be able to return to yourself, okay? Not only that, but if somebody else, if you know, or if somebody comes along and they are a good fit, they will only add to what you have activated within yourself already. Like I said this earlier, but I just really want to hone in on that because some people might feel like, well, it's never the same. It's never, you know, I can't cuddle myself. I can't, you know, I'm not gonna get into that. But I'm just saying, I get it. There are certain things, like I said, it doesn't take away from partnership at all. I'm a lover girl. I am a girl, like, I love. Ask anybody I know. Everybody I know, yeah, Kayla's gonna get in a relationship. One thing about it. But I will say, I have realized that it really truly is possible to enjoy yourself while you're alone. You don't have to feel like, you know, you can't experience love when you're single. You don't have to feel like you can't experience intimacy when you're single. That's another thing I've been exploring by myself, of just like finding new ways to create intimacy alone. Like, when was the last time that you like looked at yourself in the mirror and told yourself that you love you? Like did you love yourself? Okay? Like, truly, like, looked yourself in the mirror and said, you know, I'm proud of you. I love you. I love everything about you, and I'm so proud of how far you come. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you journaled? If you journal, I don't know. Whatever you do that makes yourself feel good or feel close to yourself. That's the key, okay? And you really can achieve it. You really can be good on your own. You really can have your own routine that works for you. You really can enjoy your life even without having a partner. You can love you without, you know, loving the idea of somebody else loving you. You can love you without somebody else loving you, period. Because you deserve it. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be understood. Therefore, you can give all that stuff to yourself. If you feel like nobody understands you, guess what? You understand you. And if you don't, try to understand you. If you feel like you have a hard time, you battle with yourself a lot, you feel like your trust of self is not there, this is the time to really cultivate those things. Because like I said, y'all, once you get into a partnership, once you get a partner, once you get into a relationship, whatever, it's game over. I'm gonna say no. Let me not say that. It's not game over. But at that point, it's about we. It's about us. It's no longer just about you and what makes you comfortable and you feeling understood. There's gonna be times where your partner might not fully understand where you're coming from. There's going to be times where your partner might not be giving you all of the love that you need, that, you know, in a day or whatever. There's going to be ups and downs in your relationship, but will that have to determine how you feel about you? Will that have to determine how you feel about your life? No. So like I said, when you build those, when you really strengthen those muscles on your own, when somebody else comes into your world, they add on to what you already have, okay? They're not taking away. They're not even affecting you to where, oh, this person's not talking to me, or this person's mad at me, so now I'm finna go and have a bad day. No. No, no, no. No, no. And I'm not saying that you can't be upset if, you know, your partner, you are going through things, but I'm just saying, when you can allow yourself to be happy, you can allow yourself to be understood on your own, you can allow yourself to love who you are at your core, good, bad, ugly, then you have a greater understanding that, okay, if somebody comes into my life, this is the bar. That's where the bar is. And if they don't do that, then it's just not a match. And it doesn't take away from who I am. It doesn't even define who they are. Everybody has the ability to change. Everybody has the ability to grow. But it just wasn't a match. It just wasn't that. And it's okay, because in the meantime, like I said, I'm gonna do me. And then whoever else comes along, if they're not adding, good luck in your search. If they are, cool. Like, what's tea? What's up? Hey. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple. It can be so simple. But like I said, y'all, I had to go through the ringer to even get to this point. So, you know, grateful to God that I did get to this point. But this comes from lots of tears, lots of pain, lots of heartbreak, lots of feelings of betrayal, lots of feelings of feeling misunderstood, all that. It is not an easy thing to get to this point. But like I said, that's why I'm sharing it with y'all, so y'all don't even have to be doing all that. Really, truly, okay? And y'all, the last thing I have on here, and this honestly might be a 2-part, 3-part, 4-part video. I don't know, depending on if y'all want to know more. I have a lot. But the last one that I'm going to go over today is healing does not look the same for everyone. And it can take as little or as much time, depending on the depth of the pain that you felt, the time that you spend in the relationship. And, you know, I also have on here that if you master detachment, the healing process is normally faster. So I'm going to go into depth a little bit. Like I said, I've experienced situations where, you know, I kind of had a little rebel. I'm not going to lie, I've had that situation happen. But I've also just experienced situations where I felt okay, like, fairly quickly. And I think this is also due to me, like I said, I have been in a lot of relationships. I've been in relationships. My first relationship ever was when I was 15, 16, and I'm 20 now. And I was in relationships from that age to now. I'm single right now. But anyway, I think with time, because I was with so many people and I have experienced a lot of the same things, it allowed me to kind of just be like I got to a point where I was like, well, what can you do? Because I just feel like who I am, nobody has ever, and I'm very grateful and blessed to say this, but nobody has ever taken anything away from me that I have within, if that makes sense. Like, no, I've never been, well, let me not say never. I have felt really low before. I have, you know, I go through the motions just like everybody else when you go through a heartbreak. You go through the motions. You have to grieve. You have to, but I will say, after each relationship, the process sped up faster and faster and faster, because I was not attaching my worth to these relationships, to these people. I was not attaching my being to these people. After a while, like, you get hurt enough, you're gonna be like, okay, what's next? This ain't nothing new. Okay, good luck in your search. Like, you just get to a point where you're very like, okay, that was cute, we're on to the next. Okay, thank you. Next, it's Ariana Grande, literally. Okay. So if you master, I also have here, if you master detachment, the healing process is normally faster because, like I said, when your worth is not attached to a person, your happiness is not attached to a person, your peace is not attached to a person, your safeness, you feeling safe, secure, is not attached to a person. When they leave, you aren't left with nothing. And when you aren't left with nothing, it's easier to rebuild. Like I said, you still will have to go through some process, but it might not take, the average, I would say average, like, healing time for, like, heartbreaks is like maybe 6 months to up to 2-3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. Who knows? Depending on how long you was with that person, maybe 10 years. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like when you master detachment, you have like the understanding that nothing that I have belongs to me, quote unquote, that I have belongs to me. Nobody that's in my life is going to be here forever. And I'm not saying that in a way where everybody's going to just leave you and betray you and you will have to break up with everyone and cut off everybody. No, but sometimes, people have to, their life ends. So what are you going to do if somebody transitions or passes on? Yes, again, like I said, I'm not trying to say that you don't have feelings. You do have feelings, but it's just having that understanding that nothing is permanent. The only constant in your life is change, and the only person that's going to stay with you forever is you until you're not even here, because you're not even here forever. So when it comes to healing, it's not going to look the same. It's not going to be the same, and it might not take as much time. Like I said, y'all, I've been through a lot with different people, and I've experienced a lot of the same things, to where healing for me, it looks a lot different in a sense of it doesn't, I'm not toe up from the flow up, like I'm not like I am at initially, but at the same time, it's not something, like I said, I don't ever, at this point in my life, I don't attach my worth or my value to anybody or anything, because that's a setup. You gotta make sure you're 10 toes with yourself on your own, grounded in who you are, really grounded in your morals, your values, what it is that you know that you need in order to be able to healthily attach and detach if needed, period, point blank period. And healing is your healing process and healing time and all that is dependent on that. That's just that, okay? So yeah, y'all, that was the last of it. We are 42 minutes in. Or what? Yeah, 42 minutes in. That is everything. That is everything that I've learned. This was a long one, but I promise you, if you can take at least one of those things away, I know for a fact that you will be able to look at love or experience love in a different way, okay? And one more thing I actually want to add that I didn't think about. True love, in my opinion, is acceptance. I feel like you can truly love somebody when you accept them for them at face value. They show you who they are and you accept it. To me, that is true love. When you're trying to change somebody based off of things that you don't like about them, when you cannot accept who somebody shows you, you might just be attached. You might be a little bit codependent. And you might not be loving as you think you are. Because if your love is conditional, that kind of also can show a little bit about maybe the relationship you have with yourself, how you love yourself. Because if your love is conditional with other people, is it reflecting back to you? Are you only loving yourself if you're accomplishing your goals? Are you only loving yourself when you look good or you feel good or whatever? You're doing things that, I don't know, whatever your conditions for yourself are, that's going to translate to your relationships. And if you really want to build a genuine connection with somebody that is, emotional, like just so many, like I can't even put it into words. Like I just understand that like when you have such a profound connection with somebody to where you can accept them for who they are, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you love them anyway, and you stay anyway, and you work through things anyway, and not at the expense of your standards. Okay, do not lower your standards because you want to accept somebody. You know, don't do that. I'm not saying that, but you know, if somebody's, you know, meeting your standards, they respect you as a person, they love you, you love them back, you accept them for who they are, you don't try to change them, then I feel like at that point, you know. That's that. Y'all got it. Y'all got it together, okay? So, that's the last thing I wanted to kind of put out there. I learned that a lot because I feel like there have been times where I've been in relationships where somebody showed me who they are and I didn't want to accept it, so I just kind of was like, SZA, I'm blind. Literally was blind. But there was other times where somebody did show me who they were and I was like, you know what? They showed me, so if I proceed, that's on me. I'm accepting them, even though I know this ain't right for me. But hey, that's love sometimes. You know, just accepting somebody at face value, what they show you. That is love, in my opinion. Okay? That's the last thing. That's the last thing, y'all. Okay? But yes, y'all, that is the lessons that I have learned to love, so you don't have to. What else do I have? I may go live to do a weekly oracle reading again, maybe either today or sometime. I'm not even gonna give y'all a time or a day. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that to y'all, but that's all for this video. If you have any questions or you want to add to the conversation, please do feel free to comment. If you like this video, like it, put your post notifications on. I'm live normally every Sunday, but today I'm trying to make up for yesterday because I didn't go live yesterday, so I'm trying to make up for that. But yes, if you liked what you heard, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Okay, toast to Martin Luther King and equality. Okay, let me stop. Okay, bye y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'm gonna see y'all next week. Okay, bye.